Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm John and this is Addicted to Fishing. Today we're going to go over something a little bit different. We're not really going to do any technique specifics, lure reviews or anything like that. But stay tuned. I do have some new baits coming that I'm going to do a review on. Something I won in a giveaway. And then I've got some new old tackle coming from some purchases off of Whatnot. Some stuff is, most of the stuff that I got off of Whatnot is discontinued stuff that I know that works. Some of it's just old new stock, baits that are still running. But I will have some unboxings and things of that nature. But today I do get a few questions on some of my other social medias, and I've mentioned this before. Excuse me, I do have a little bit of a viral infection going on. Nothing too serious. But today I'm going to talk about what I look for specifically on AliExpress when buying fishing tackle. Guys can call it what you want to call it. I get it. It's all Chinese made. Some of it's not. Some of it is JDM that AliExpress just happens to sell. I've actually bought some name brand products over there that I would find on any other JDM site. Pretty much compared to the same price as what you'd buy on the JDM market. Like you can go on and buy actual mega bass, actual Shimano, things of that nature. I've seen some Daiwa. But also in that mix, and this is kind of why I made, it's a relatively short list. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 11 different stores or companies that I buy from for the most part. And these are the ones that I've tried and I trust. The products hold up really well. Some of them, when you get the package, you're opening it up, taking a whiff of it. Some of it has that real plastic smell. I don't get overly concerned about that because I can use my my containers and soak them in some scent to get rid of that plastic smell. But a lot of the reasons why I've bought a bunch of the stuff off of AliExpress, especially in the soft plastics, is I can buy them relatively cheap. And when I lose them, I'm not overly concerned about them. A lot of these baits, we're just going to pick on the Yamamoto Cinco. For the most part, it's a 1, 2, maybe 3 fish bait, and it's ruined, and you gotta throw it out and start a new one. Those are a little bit pricey. So if I can find alternates to some of my name brand stuff, and they still catch fish, and I can save a pile of money, I'm all about that. I have no problem buying the Megabass stuff. I own quite a bit of the name brand stuff as well. Just throwing this out there for you guys that are looking to save a few dollars. It depends upon what your budget is for fishing. And that's the big thing I want to stress before I go into these different companies that I deal with on AliExpress is really the key to what you're doing when you're buying any type of fishing relating tackle is make it within your budget. I've pretty much got my rod and reels where I want them. I don't have to buy the latest, newest stuff that's coming out. Other than maybe buying a BFS setup. The only thing I'd really like to do is replace one reel with probably a Shimano SLX with the MGL3 spool. I'm looking at the size 70. It kind of has that smaller spool, but from what I understand, it kind of connects that to the BFS. I'm not necessarily looking to move away from my spinning gear and go straight BFS. I think there's a time and a place for all of it. But keep in mind, guys, just buy the equipment that's in your budget. That's why I started going to AliExpress, is to save some money on my budget. Ways that I personally make some of this stuff fit my budget, because I don't make a lot of money, is I will find old gear and sell old gear, and then take whatever I'm profiting off of my old gear and put it to new gear, or at least new gear to me. It may be old stock, like some of the stuff that I've won in some auctions. If you haven't checked out Whatnot, I highly suggest that you do. There's some great sellers on there. Maybe I'll come back another day and kind of break down my Whatnot, how I'm approaching Whatnot and the sellers that I follow. There's a way to grab a lot of really good gear, name brand gear, inexpensively. That's where I bought my high-end Shimano bait casting reel, and I bought a pile of different tackle on there, and I'm buying it really inexpensive. So anyway, let's get right into the AliExpress stuff, kind of what you want to look for. I got a list here. I'm going to tell you what I look at first, no matter what, because even though I only list 11, there might be a particular lure that I'm looking for, and I want to know if the company I'm buying from, I'm going to get a decent product, or even get the product at all. Full disclosure here, I have never purchased anything that has not arrived except for one item, and that's not due to the seller. It actually arrived, I believe, December 1st at our local DHL hub. It's sat there forever. AliExpress has a buyer guarantee on it. I always look for that, number one. Make sure that whatever I'm buying has that AliExpress guarantee on it. It was a pack of hooks that I bought, some little, I think number 8 or number 10 offset wide gap hooks to fit some of these smaller baits that I'm buying for super finesse stuff. They did make it in a country. They did clear customs. For whatever reason, DHL sat on it. After the time that it was promised to be delivered, I notified AliExpress. AliExpress gave me a $1 coupon. I only had $1.07 in the pack of hooks anyway, so right now I'm out 7 cents. They're doing some more investigating, but by me reaching out to AliExpress, one of the things that, if you guys haven't ordered from overseas, especially out of the JDM market, if you let them know, Japan Post, their service over there, one of the, I believe it's called the last mile, but Japan Post will get involved, and they get to the bottom of things really quickly. They're very fast on their shipping, especially out of Japan Post. Things coming out of China, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's not, but this particular package sat at DHL for about 14 days. It sat at their facility. Once I notified AliExpress, next thing you know, it's in transit. It's moving now. It's moved back and forth throughout greater Cincinnati. I don't know, probably the past 5 days. Every single day when I check the status on it, it says it's to be delivered today before 9 p.m. That was yesterday, the day before, the day before. I think all this past week it was supposed to arrive every day before 9. But if you actually look, it shows that it's just in progress. It doesn't, USPS doesn't show it's out for delivery. So keep that in mind. Especially right now, this time of the year, shipping is very difficult no matter what carrier you use. I'm not going to go into the differences in the different carriers. There's carriers that I like, carriers that I dislike. Each of them has their advantage and their disadvantage. The Postal Service has been fairly reliable for me, no matter what I'm ordering across the board. UPS is great across the board. But that's a full disclosure on what I've bought and what has not arrived. I have only received one item that didn't meet my expectations, and that was in the kind of the beginning of me figuring out AliExpress and how it works. So that the one item that I got, I've already taken care of that. AliExpress gave me a full return. No problem, no questions asked. But here's the things that I've learned by myself and talking to a few people what to do when you're going on AliExpress and buying, because there is some, especially if you guys are in BFS, there's some great BFS gear on there, some great rods, some great reels. You can pretty much YouTube that, and you can find different companies out there that have great BFS gear, relatively inexpensive. You can get a whole BFS setup for well under $100, and it's not garbage. It's good quality stuff. So I recommend you doing that. But anyway, back to my list. The things that I look for is look at the number of the items that they've sold. If they've only sold one item, I pretty much won't order from them. I may order their product through a different store. There's companies, and then there's stores. So say for example, I know I have bought BEARKING products and it's not been from the BEARKING official site. Reason being, and not BEARKING itself, but maybe I'm looking at a product and I like how it looks, and they're relatively new, and maybe another store is offering their product, but they have a high number of everything that I'm looking for. Generally, if I order that, it comes just like I expect it. So number one is look for the number of items they've sold. I think a big thing after that is look at what the store rating is. So if you're going to, like BEARKING, for example, if you would type in Helgermite, one of the biggest Helgermites that's sold on there is from BEARKING. They have really good Helgermites. I buy almost all my Helgermites through them. If you look at the store rating, I think they rate from a 1 to a 5. Look for the ones that have the higher star rating, obviously. And then from there, too, you can look at the reviews. Look at reviews and what people are writing, what they have to say about the actual product. Some things they give, the buyers will give you a really good description. Some people will take, like this is a free split ring that was sent to me from a company. It's a pretty small split ring, but somebody would take that and put it in their hand. This is just an example. They would show you that compared to, a split shot, and they'll say, well, you can see how small that is, or they might put it next to a dime or something. So I find that really helpful. And then the thing that I look at too, especially for something that I think is too good, I look at the number of the regular buyers, how many people come back. They're the repeat buyers. And you will, if you haven't shopped AliExpress, you'll see that a lot of the things look too good for the price. And obviously it's garbage junk, and you can't really believe it. I'm telling you, it's completely the opposite. So let's go down some of the different stores that I shop through, or the companies. And these are in no particular order. Couple of my big ones that I buy from on a regular basis is one, BEARKING. BEARKING has more than just the Helgermites and soft plastics. I believe they've branched out in some of the reels. Now keep in mind, a lot of these reels across the industry are manufactured in a couple of different facilities to begin with. Most of them are made in one particular manufacturing facility, and then they just get simply stamped with other names. And you can find some of that information on YouTube as well, where guys are pulling apart different reels. And I watched one not too long ago where the guy pulled them apart, got out his micrometer, did everything, and all the reels were exactly the same. Next biggest one that I buy from is Supercontinent. Supercontinent has some really, really good products. I know they have soft plastics. I think they have some hard baits, and they have terminal tackle. If some of these companies have some specifics that I use them for, I'll obviously mention it, just like I have. One that I have not bought from, and it was a toss-up when I was buying these little offset hooks, but it was highly recommended to me, is a company called OutKit. Obviously, they make a lot of the terminal tackle, and I'm not quite sure what all else they sell. Again, on all of these are just companies that I bought some stuff from. You'll have to go on their site to actually see what all they have. And keep in mind, when you go on AliExpress and say you type in a Helgramite, it's going to pull up all those different Helgramites. And if you see the one from BEARKING, you click it. And if you scroll down to see what all BEARKING offers, it'll say BEARKING official store. You click that, it goes to their official store. And then you can find all the reviews, all that information, all the pertinent information that you want off of there. Another one that I order from is called B&U. I order a lot of plastics off of there. They do have some TPE type products. JOHNCOO is another one. And that's JOHNCOO with 2 O's. Again, TPE type products. What did I recently order? Oh my goodness, it's escaping me. It's the Z-Man, one of the little Z-Man trailers. Anyway, we won't spend too much time on that. Kingdom is another one. I bought those little finesse worms from. A lot of nice soft plastics. These are another soft plastic company called D1, a D/1. Another one's called Dr. Fish. A lot of terminal tackle is on a company called The Time. And then another one that I ordered, some of the little micro jointed claws. I don't have any of this tackle out, but they're like the little knockoff Gangcraft. A lot of the BFS pages, the guys were blowing them up on those. I ordered those. They have a real nice swim to them and are a fraction of the cost of the Gangcraft. The hooks are not the best, and that's something that you'll have to keep in mind. Some of these, the baits are phenomenal, and you want to try to match. If you're switching out trebles, split rings, all that, you want to kind of match it to the best you can. These baits are designed to swim in a specific way, according to the split rings they have on them. When you upgrade, downgrade, even just changing the brand of hooks, sometimes those hooks are a little stouter. They weigh a little bit more, so it may give you a little different retrieve. I was really interested in these little micro jointed claws, and I think that's what they call it, is just a jointed claw. And I put it on some, 6-pound test on my spinner rod, took it up, threw it around, and it's got a phenomenal swim on it. I did have just a couple followers, some small bass, a little smallmouth. I couldn't get them to commit to it, but they were probably little 7-8 inch smallmouth, which I felt was really good. I like the swim on them. I don't own any of the Gangcraft, so I can't compare it side by side, but there's plenty of YouTube videos out there that talk about that. Anybody in the BFS community's probably already heard about them. You probably already own a pile of them. They do come with an extra tail, which I thought was really nice. Just an all-around great little bait. Again, these little ones. Oh, one other one that I want to mention that I utilize a lot is called countbass. Countbass, I order primarily lure building parts from, but he has a whole variety of different lures and stuff on there. When I started making my little finesse flashback minis myself, I wanted a little 1/4 ounce and a ball head. I was able to get the bladed jig, the actual blades from him. He has the regular bladed jigs. He's got all kinds of different styles. He's also got the man, my mind is going blank on these, but you'll see. You can go on there. There's a whole bunch of them. I think it's the Queen Tackle Switchblade is the one I'm thinking of. The ones he sent me didn't have the little bar to go across to connect them, so I haven't been able to use those yet. But he has listed a bunch of those, and it shows you exactly what you're buying. You'd get like 50 blades, 50 of the little bars that go across. and 50 of the snaps. Most of his stuff that I've bought, as far as split rings, snaps, all the blades and stuff that I bought from him have been really good quality. It's definitely a good way if you're into making bladed jigs or things of that nature, if you want to call them. It's a great way to get those parts. You can buy some of those stateside as well, giving you some other options out there. I buy some stuff from Lure Parts, Jan's, but countbass usually beats their price by a landslide. I bought skirts off of there. One of the big things with buying skirts, you do get them really on a nice discount, but they do have that really bad smell to them. So whenever I get them, I do leave them out. And then what I plan to do is when I go to use those skirts is I'll just get some kind of spray, scent and spray down the skirt pretty good. I might throw them in a bag a couple of days ahead of time, spray them down, get them all saturated up, get that kind of petroleum smell off of them. But the skirts have worked out really well. It's where I buy a lot of my whole end skirts instead of the skirts with the band on them. I like the whole end so I can swap them out really quick and really easily. Let's see what else. Again, I mentioned that if you're getting into BFS, you can really get some nice BFS combos on there. There's quite a bit of line on there. Company that I didn't list, I actually bought this off of Amazon, but they're on AliExpress too. It's Handing. I bought this, they call it Blast braided line. This is a moss green. It's an 8, so I'm guessing it's that stands for the 8-pound. It doesn't tell me right on the box what the strand is. I think it was a 4-strand. I don't quite remember. But Handing is on there as well. There's quite a bit of braided line on there that's inexpensive. One of the good things for you if you're looking for braid, especially if you use braid just as a backer, that's probably the best place that I've found inexpensive braid to really do the job. It doesn't matter how good a quality it is. It's going on as a backer and a filler for the spool. You can find like this spool of is 500 yards of 8-pound. It's probably got I don't even know what that equivals in mono, but it's 0.1 millimeter diameter line, so it's really thin line. It's probably more like a 1-pound or 2-pound test. It's going to be for some really ultra finessey stuff, probably panfish even. But you can buy line really inexpensively on there. This 500 yards was like $6. There's spools that I've got that are a lot cheaper off of there, bigger spools, and I picked them up for a couple of bucks. I'm not necessarily looking to use that as my main line. I'm using that for a backer. I don't think I have used any of it as my mainline braid yet, so I can't really give you an opinion on that. But as far as a backer, I could care less who makes that line. I'll buy a lot of that real cheap Walmart line as a backer. The Zepco line. I use that as a backer, especially when I'm spooling with braid. I want to spool some mono first so that braid has something to bite into. And I just buy the cheapest stuff I can because I'm only looking for it as a filler. I never want to run into that line, so I don't care how great of a line it is. I've had some of that cheap line on reels for 3-4 years, and that's the thing with braid. Braid lasts forever, and if you take braid and you run the side that you've been running the longest and you spool it onto another reel, you get all brand new braid at the bottom, and it's perfect braid. And I've showed that in a video on how I save money doing that. So anyway, guys, that's a quick breakdown on AliExpress. I might come back and do one on some JDM stores that I buy from. Again, I know a lot of people are hesitant on ordering stuff from over in Asia. You're worried about, one, you're going to get what you pay for. Two, is it the quality? Three, is it really what you're buying? Like the JDM stuff, when you're going into these JDM stores and you're seeing Shimano reels and you do the exchange rate on it and you realize, like this SLX MGL 3 spool, I think it's the 70. I think maybe it's called the 78, whatever it is. Here to the U.S., it's, I think, right around 149, 159. You do the exchange rate. Shipping, everything to the U.S. is less than 120 bucks, I believe. And you kind of think to yourself, well, how am I getting it for $30, $40 less? It's just the exchange rate on the cost. And when you get something, it's coming in, and it's actually what it is. I've got a pile of different JDM lures that I've ordered over the years, straight from Japan, and trust me, these stores they're legit. If you haven't gone down that road, I get it. I was hesitant at first, and then me and a buddy went in on an order, and when I realized that other people were right with what they were saying, and I figured out the right stores to buy from, and it wasn't the right stores to get what I wanted. It was to get the best cost, because some of the stores, if you spend, you buy a reel, they'll throw in, a $30 megabass crankbait, things of that nature. So that makes it really worthwhile. Japan is light years ahead of us on technique specifics. A lot of that stuff is trickling down to the U.S. People are wanting everything to be able to be bought here in the U.S. versus having to worry about the JDM market. I'm not concerned about that. People are concerned about if there's tariffs put out that when you're buying some fishing tackle, now it's going to cost you a lot more money. I think for the guys like me and you buying something from there, I don't think it's going to make a bit of difference. It didn't the last time they were talking about tariffs coming out of Japan and China. It didn't budge my budget at all when I was buying stuff from there. So I just wanted to bring this out for you. It's a great way to save money. Again, that's what I like to do, is be a budget fisherman, be more on that budget friendly side. I've shown you guys, where to go out and buy some of this stuff, giving you guys some good juice on where to go get that. It's a way to save a lot of money and get some good quality tackle, guys. And, that's what we're all here for in the fishing community, is just to help each other out. If we find things that work great and we can help each other save some money, I'm all for doing that. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked that video. I hope that helps you out if you were on the fence about ordering from AliExpress or not. If you were hesitant, I'd say don't be hesitant anymore. Take some of this advice. Go out there and YouTube some of the stuff, especially if you're BFS. Go plug into the BFS community and see. I can't pull it up because it's on my phone. I forget who. There was a specific combo that I was looking to get, and I looked at the rod length. I looked at the action, and then I started looking at what the lure ratings were. I seen it. I liked it. I found a reel that matched up with it. I actually went in on Facebook. I don't use Facebook like most people do. I use it mainly for the groups, and a couple of BFS groups on there. I don't post a lot, but I do follow along, and that's where I've gotten some great information out there. There's a guy, I think he's called the Constant Angler, and there's quite a few other ones. But if you go out there and look, you'll find that AliExpress has some really good, really good quality BFS equipment out there. And as this BFS thing keeps evolving, it's the things that I'm keeping my eyes on, is just what's evolving in the fishing industry. I'll talk about some of that in another video. But anyway, guys, again, thank you for watching the video. Thank you guys for helping grow this channel. I'm over 200 subscribers. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway soon, just to show my appreciation back. I got a bunch of swim baits that I might load up on a giveaway and give out. Maybe some other stuff. We'll have to see how that goes. I'd like to continue to see my channel grow. I see there's still a lot of people that haven't clicked on that subscribe button, but you're watching my videos. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that follow all it all it does is help me out and help me gain. All you guys that are commenting, sharing, liking the videos, doing all that good stuff, I appreciate you guys. Most of you, I see you guys as regular commenters. Even the negative comments, go ahead, keep leaving negative comments. It just does nothing but help promote my channel. And I don't worry about the negative comments. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's cool. If you like what I'm doing, great. You know, if I've helped you out, great. If you think I'm reinventing something, great. I'm not. Go look at Matt Steffen and see what he talks about. I just seen this the other day when I was looking at my analytics, and one of the things he talks about is a reverse drop shot. You know, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just redoing stuff. We're not trying to copy and make a different type of, you know, rename a different rig. You know, one of them that came up on mine was, you know, about the Carolina rig. It's whatever, guys. It doesn't bother me. Just keep on liking my videos, keep on sharing, just keep commenting. Let's keep helping each other out. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Sorry it's been a little bit longer video. I know some of you guys really like those. But anyway, we'll see you in the next one.